Hey everyone, this is your girl Shaleen the Queen coming back to you guys with another video about being an Amazon driver. Now, before I get into the video, I just want to thank my subscribers for getting me to 200. My next goal is 500 subscribers, then 1,000. Remember, at 1,000 subscribers, there is the Apple AirPod Pros giveaway. If you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and turn the post notifications on because I will post frequently. Other than that, let's get back into this video. So this video is about the 5 things that stress Amazon drivers out. Now, with this being said, I mean, it's not the top 5, but it's 5 things that will stress drivers out when dealing with driving on the roads. A lot of them have to deal with just the packages and everything. We can do another video about the other things later, but this is the top 5 things, or not the top, but this is 5 things that stresses Amazon delivery drivers out. I know they stress me out for sure. So, number 5, the yellow stickers. So the yellow stickers on the boxes, they're supposed to be put on to help drivers kind of organize the packages while they're delivering. Now, the yellow stickers, they have a driver aid number that some people like to order their packages by, or they have like a different number. Now, what makes it so stressful though is the warehouse workers will put the yellow sticker over the TBA, the barcode, and the QR code. Now, if you don't know, for us to deliver the package, we have to either scan the QR code or scan the barcode. Now, if we can't do either of those, now we have to manually enter it into the Amazon Flex app. Now, that just takes time, takes unwanted time to manually have to enter it in. You have to put TBA in first, then you have to make sure you get the numbers correct. It's a 12-digit number, and sometimes you're trying to go so fast, you might miss a number, put too many numbers in, and it just takes a lot of time. So let me see if I order a lot from Amazon, so I might have a package here to kind of show you. So I do. So I'm gonna cover up my address because I don't want y'all knowing where I live. But this is kind of how you see it, how we see it as a driver. So you see, here's the barcode, here's the QR code, the TBA number is right here. You can see a little bit where it says TBA, but other than that, I mean, you can see how it's placed right over the QR code and the barcode. So now we can't scan it at all. So now we have to manually enter. But since we can't see the TBA number, we have to do one of 2 things. We either have to look at the yellow sticker. Now, let me see if I can pull this off. Oh, there we go. So the yellow sticker, I don't think you guys can see it, but right here is the TBA number. All 12 numbers, all 12 numbers. Now, that's real small to see. Like, even holding it up, you guys can barely see that. So now we either have to look at this, or we have to take a picture of the itinerary and then on our personal phones, and then we can manually enter it in. Now, like I said, that just takes too much time, stresses us out, because now we're running behind, and everything's just a whole mess. So that's number 5. Number 4 is marking packages as large box, small box, medium box, envelopes is stressful. Because the warehouse will mark a package as large box, come to find out it's an envelope, or it'll be a small box, you know. And if some people organize their packages, okay, here's the big boxes, small boxes, medium boxes, here's the envelopes, I'm gonna put all the envelopes in one place, all the boxes in one place. So now, if my itinerary says that I'm going to pick up a large box, I'm going over to where all the boxes are, right? You would think so. So I'm looking through all the boxes and don't see the address that I need. Why? Because come to find out, it's not a large box. It's a small little envelope that they done marked large box. Now, from what I understand is they mark it large box or whatever because at the time that they package it, they might not have they might not have an envelope. Or if it's supposed to be in an envelope and they don't have an envelope, they might put it in a large box. Now, I understand that happens. You know, it's always human error. But at the same time, it happens so frequently. Like, we get up to lockers, Amazon lockers, and if it's marked as a large box, the Amazon locker is going to try to find a large locker to put the box in. But in reality, we won't need a large locker because it's in an envelope. You see? So that stresses us out because now, like I said, everything takes time. So now it's taking time to find the package. We have to look through all the packages because it's not labeled right. But some drivers get around that by organizing their packages with, like, people have different ways to organize packages. That might be another video that I do. But the way I organize packages, it doesn't matter if it's a large box or an envelope because I look at the driver aid number on the yellow sticker. So if the itinerary says, hey, your driver aid number is 9823, I'm looking for 9823. 9823 is already organized where I can just pick it up and go. So some drivers, a lot of drivers, it stresses them out when packages are marked incorrectly. Now that takes me to number 3. So number 3 is missing packages. Now, sometimes the packages aren't really even missing. Now, with that being said, the people who are packaging our bags and everything, they'll scan a package in and then put it in the wrong container. So now, when we pull up to a house and we see that it's driver aid number 1000 that we're looking for, we go look for driver aid 1000. We don't see it. So we're like, oh, the package must be missing. So we'll mark it as missing. Boom, going about our day. Then when we get to the last bag, it's normally always the last bag, we will find that missing package. And now we have to go attempt to redeliver. Now, it stresses drivers out because, one, when we mark packages as missing, you know, we're getting called by our dispatcher because they're getting hounded about marking a package as missing. They don't like packages marked as missing. But sometimes, you know, they do get marked as missing because, one, they're either not on our trucks, or two, they might be in a different container and some people might accidentally mark it as missing. Now, I mean, missing packages is stressful, but at the same time, I mean, if I don't got a package, that's one less stop that I got to get out for. But sometimes, since we are customer obsessed, you know, some people will sit there and look for the package in all the other bins to make sure that they don't have it before they mark it as missing or before they call their dispatcher. Now, me, on the other hand, if it's a missing package, I'm just going on to the next stop. I'm not looking through all the bags because it could be my first stop that I'm missing a package and I still might have 10 other bags. I'm not looking in those other 10 other bags. If it shows up, it shows up. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But other than that, I am not doing that extra step to try to find that package. So, I mean, missing packages, it don't really stress me out. The only thing is, I hate sitting in front of a house or sometimes in a driveway because of the fact that I don't have a package. Now the customer might be looking outside the window like, why'd they pull up in my yard? Or why they pull up in my driveway or in front of my house and they don't got a package for me? Now that just makes us look bad. So missing packages, I mean, it kind of stresses drivers out, kind of doesn't, you know, it just kind of depends on who you are. Now that brings me to number 2. Thought I was going the other way, y'all. Thought I was going the other way. Number 2. Sometimes the routes just don't make sense whatsoever. Now, I've been on routes where you start up here, do a full circle, and end up here. Those routes somewhat make sense because if if you find a package at the end of your route, theoretically, it should be like a equal distance to reattempt the delivery. Now, it doesn't always happen that way. Sometimes it is like a 20-minute drive to reattempt a delivery. But with the routes being in a circle, they say they try to minimize the drive time. But that's not always the case. Sometimes the routes are like this. You start over here and you end over here. Now, that's just a straight line. So now, if you're up here, if you're missing a package up here and you're finished down here, and you find that package down here, now you have to drive all the way back over here to reattempt a delivery. And yes, you do have to reattempt. Like I said, Amazon is customer obsessed, so we try our best to deliver all the packages. So with me knowing the knowledge that I know of being a dispatcher, if somebody calls me and is like, hey, I found this package, but it's a 30-minute drive away from me, you know, I need them to reattempt it because it was already on their itinerary. Like I said, we're customer obsessed. So, I mean, you got to do what you got to do as part of the job as well. We're scheduled for 10-hour shifts. So if you get done before that and a dispatcher asks you to do something else, I mean, you kind of have to do it. I mean, that's like an authority figure at least my company. Dispatchers are looked at as authority figures. So if they tell you to do something, you have to do it, or else you're going to get a write-up. It's simple as that. But like going back to the routes just don't be making sense sometimes. Sometimes you're just going in zigzags. Or sometimes you start up here, come down here, come up here, and then end over here. It's like, that doesn't make sense. It just all depends on the day. Like city routes normally make sense because houses are back to back to back. But country routes, like I said, you might start up here, come over here, come back up, then drop down, then come over here, then finish over here. Make that make sense? It doesn't. Everything is computer generated. So, I mean, that says it all. Computers don't know. I mean, apparently humans don't know either, because sometimes people be trying to fix their routes and it just don't be working. Not at all. But yeah, number 2 is bad routes. You know, they just don't be making any type of sense whatsoever. Now, the number one thing that stresses drivers out, or in this video, the number one thing that stresses drivers out is your bags not being in order. Now, I know within my company, drivers absolutely hate it when their bags are not in order. And with that being said, it's like when we take them off the carts, we're supposed to go left to right all the way down, left to right. If we have 2 carts, then we're starting with the second cart, going left to right, and then we go to the first cart, left to right. Now, the method we do is we do first in, last out. So that means the first bag we pull off the cart, that's going to be the last bag we get rid of on our route. So sometimes, you know, the bags will be on there right to left. So I got trained to know that the bags are supposed to be left to right. So when I'm putting them on the cart or in the van, I'm going from left to right the whole time, left to right, left to right. So then when I start my route, I get going, I pull up to my first stop. First bag, let's say, is 790 orange. The first bag that I have is not 790 orange. It's probably like 002 blue. That's the first bag that I have right there. And so I'm sitting here like, dang, now I got to go searching for bag 790 orange. 790 orange might be in the middle of all my bags. So depending on how I stacked my van that day, I might have to rearrange, like I might have to pull bags out from the middle. I might have to, at my first stop, I might have to take all the bags out just so I can rearrange it so it makes sense. And when you have over like 300 packages, that gets tiring. You want your stuff to be correct when you put it on your van. So if I got trained to take my bags from left to right, that's how the bags need to be put on the carts. So I'm able to do that, you know. But I mean, as drivers, we can only complain so much. You know, that stuff is human error. And I mean, we pretty much get told to deal with it. I mean, we deal with it, but it still stresses us out. I've had to do it one day. I had a couple of days, actually, where I had, let's see, I had about 22 bags and I had about 50 oversized. So I had over a 300 package day, almost 400, I would say. Almost 400 packages that I've had in my van, and my van was not organized correctly because of how they were organized on the carts. Now, that day, I will say, it was a stressful day because I'm not going to lie. Like, when you have to take out 200 packages just to get your first package, it's going to put a lot of pressure on you. And like I always say, when delivering, time is everything. So if you're spending 10 minutes at one house every stop, you know, that's taking time. Now you're behind because we only get about 2-3 minutes at a stop. So now if I'm taking 10 minutes per stop, that's 7-8 minutes extra that I'm taking at that stop. Now that's going to put me 7-8 minutes behind. And if I'm doing that every single stop, just trying to get organized, I'm going to be behind. Then I'm going to need a rescue. And people hate rescuing because they feel like that I wasn't doing my job. So I hate getting rescued myself. So with that being said, these were the 5 things that I came up with. I just did 10, but it's the 5 things that I just came up with that stresses Amazon delivery drivers out. Now, if you have any other questions, please drop it in the comment section below. I'll probably be doing another video about things that stress drivers out. But let me know what you guys want to hear. Make sure you smash the like button, hit the subscribe if you are new to the channel, and make sure your post notifications are on because I will start uploading very frequently. I'm looking to get this YouTube channel up and going. But you guys stay tuned.